Hello, welcome back to another week of Walt's Weekly Updates. I hope everybody has had an amazing week. Mine has been really, really good. I had some company. My mother was in town from Idaho. She visited us for a couple weeks. I just took her back to the airport this morning. And so while it was extremely busy for me in the real estate world, I also got to spend some time visiting with my mom, and my wife and I, took her, run around a few times, spent a lot of time just hanging out at home. So all that turned out really, really well. And anyway, she is back in Idaho now, back to that chilly cold weather. So I hope she's enjoying that. What I want to touch on this week is just because, been out running around so much again, and a lot of things in the news, is just talking about the current state of everything in Las Vegas. Like I touched on before, we're going to know tourism numbers soon enough. In a few months, we're going to really get a feel for how things are going this year. But just getting out and around town, this last week in particular, we've had the Vegas Loop in the news a lot, the one that the underground tunnels that Elon Musk is digging throughout Vegas. Those are really, really expanding. And there's a lot of controversy because it seems like they've been violating a lot of EPA rules and OSHA rules and all this kind of stuff. But whatever's going on, it's still happening. So, the project is still moving forward. So it's kind of exciting. I've only experienced it once myself. My business partner and I, we rode one of the Teslas down through the loop, which was pretty cool. But it continues to expand. And as it does, it looks like the Boring Company, which is Elon Musk's company that bores all the tunnels, they're looking to expand into some other areas in other states too. So, like it or not, it's expanding. And I just think it's a pretty cool thing that it's right here in Vegas first. And going down in there on those Teslas was actually really, really fun. The driverless taxis, if you have not been to Vegas and if you don't have any in your town, that's also another pretty cool thing. I am seeing more and more of them out on the streets. There have been a couple little mix-ups. There was one that got caught right on the strip that it got confused. I don't know if something must have went wrong with its programming, but it didn't know what to do. Of course, that went viral on video. The poor little car was going back and forth by a foot at a time. But anyway, I have yet to ride on one of those. But the main port, from what I understand right now, is over at Resorts World. And I know for a while you could ride them for free just to test them out. I'm not sure if that's still the case. But ultimately, I'm going to get over there and get on one and ride it down the strip just because I want to see what that experience is like. But it's not just been on the strip. I was on the road this last week or so and driving right down Flamingo. There was one right there, headed towards the strip on Flamingo. So they're expanding their reach. I've also seen them downtown in the Fremont Street Arts District area. So we don't know if all of our modes of transportation are the right way to go here. It seems like we still battle to get a train system that, they're still fighting over the train coming from California to here. But all the government red tape aside, we're still continuing to grow our infrastructure. And I think that's my point, and all the projects that are still going on here in Vegas. So I think it's exciting. I think this year we have a bright future this year and continued growth. Like we touched on last week, there's a lot of major projects that really aren't going to be finished till 27, 28, but there's all kinds of other little things still coming. All kinds of announcement of new restaurant openings and new things to do. And, we'll touch on that as we go throughout the year. But I think that we are in for a very, very exciting year. Interest rates are still sitting at that 6% mark. And I think, I think we're going to get into those high fives and maybe stay there, but you know how volatile everything's been. You've seen the stock market hitting record highs and then everything that goes crazy up and down. So we'll see how all that goes. But anyway, my point this week was just talking about our infrastructure and what I am seeing again myself, along with all these these price savings at all the resorts and everything going on. I think Vegas is in a good position in driving our tourism and our business activity, back to what we would like it to be. So everybody have a great week. I will talk to you again very soon, and we'll see what's happening. Cheers.